Hi guys, welcome to our channel. So, like you all know, for the old subscribers, you know my name already, but the new one, my name is Sophia. So, in today's video, I'll be answering one frequently asked comments or rather suggestion on our channel for me to talk about how I got my job as a project manager in Ireland. So, yeah, it's going to be a very long story, my people. So, just have a glass of wine. I'm joking. Stay tuned till the end of the video. So, yeah, I'll make it as brief as possible. I'll try. I came to Ireland January 27, 2019. Yeah, I came January 27, 2019 to do my master's at Griffith College. So, just in case you want to study at Griffith College, you also work with Griffith College. We can assist you from admission to visa application. Yeah, sorry to digress. Back to my story. I came to Ireland 2019, January 27, to do my master's at Griffith College in journalism and media communications. So my first degree was in international studies and diplomacy, Pennsylvania University. So that really like limited the options that I had to come to my master's degree program. But nevertheless, journalism and media communication is not something I would suggest because I think if I had properly done my research, I would have been able to get a better course. But I didn't. So that's why I always emphasize on people actually spending out some time to do their research before coming to study in Ireland or even anywhere abroad. So fast forward to, yeah, my program is for 1 year and a half because if you resume in January in Ireland, your program is usually a year and a half because of the long summer break. But if you resume in September, there is no long summer break. So because I resumed in January, I graduated in 2020. I think October 2020, that was my graduation. It wasn't in person, it was online because of COVID. So after graduation, I was already like feeling sad, feeling confused, feeling overwhelmed, feeling depressed because I did not know the next, like what next, that question of what next, what am I going to be doing next, what career path am I going to do, because I know I'm not going to be a radio girl or a TV girl. I don't see myself being a presenter, so why even did it? Because trust me, I don't know. So yeah, I don't see myself as a tele girl or a radio girl. So the question of what next really downed on me, and I didn't go for any career networking events. I didn't have a career coach. Like I wasn't really interested in anything that has to do with job. So upon graduation, reality setting. Oh, even though like I had 2 years of post-study visa, but that 2 years it feels like a really short time when, because like you really need something to rely on to be able to stay back or like go, because I really wanted to stay back to get the work experience, not like okay, yeah, to get the work experience and also like that break from living in Nigeria as well. So the what next setting, I just was just rolling in circles, always thinking. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know that okay, you can actually get a career coach for free. But I was actually lucky when I graduated, I got a COVID contact tracing job and I started in November. But I knew that it was a contract role and that job as well is not on the critical skills list or the general list. It's on the ineligible list because COVID contact tracing is more like also a customer care and an admin assistant. So going to work, people were bubbly, happy and all. I was always sad. And then luckily for me, my employer, we had were opportune to have like an employee benefit system where we could get like a career coach, and then I booked one. But it also boils down to me. Like, the question is, what do you want? This is your skills, your first degree skills, your personal skills, educational skills, add it with your masters. What do you still want, my love? I don't know what I want. I thought speaking to a career coach, then they would just tell me, oh, because you have this and you have that, you can do this. So it also still boils down to what do I want. I became very depressed. My employer even told me at some point to take a break and not like work because I was a mess of myself. And then I started speaking to a therapist. That's the only time I've ever been depressed. And then I started speaking to a therapist. It wasn't working. And then people started advising me, go to Canada, go to Canada, go to Canada. And then 2021, I launched my Project Canada migration movement. I wrote IELTS 6 times. Sorry, it's very hard. Not my fault because I wanted to do express entry. Yeah, I wrote IELTS 6 times, 200 euros times 12. Project Canada is now dealing with me financially as well as no career path. And yeah, I paid one, I think they call them IRIC consultants. I can't remember. Yeah, in Canada. I paid one lady, I paid her up to like 25 euros to assist me with the whole process because doing research again was still not my skills at that particular time. I've not still learned my lesson. So I paid someone to, okay, that's your job, do the research for me. And she applied for me, created a profile. We did provincial nomination. And then I got provincial nomination to Saskatchewan. And that was the time when I started doing research. I messaged my friend there. I'm like, oh, I got provincial nomination. Should I take it? Should I not take it? What do you think? Now I'm actually realizing my mistakes and I didn't want to make any mistake. I didn't just want to pack my bag and move somewhere and start doing, and I knew I would have checked. And when I messaged her, she was like, no, it's not, like, she wouldn't really advise me to come. Although the place is cheap, the weather is terrible. They don't really have job opportunities there. So I know some people are there already still making it, but now I have a dream. My dream is already getting like activated and all of that. So she was like, no, except, okay, if you come here, except you want to work in healthcare or you want to be a teacher or admin officer as well. And I'm like, okay. So she told me, except I want to work in healthcare, admin officer or a teacher. And I was like, no, that's not for me. Because then again, public speaking wasn't still my skills at that time as well. So I was like, okay, no, I wouldn't take it. And then she just like gave me a brief summary of a day in her life, her struggles and everything. The struggles was more than the enjoyment. I'm like, no, I'd rather just like pay, go for another college, like pay school fees and all of that to another province where I know it's going to be better for me. And then that's how I didn't take my provincial nomination. And I started looking for schools. And then I said, okay, I'll go and do nursing. I'll be a nurse. another dream. I'll be another career path, completely different from masters and undergrad. And yeah, I got a school in I think Ontario. And yeah, I got the admission for, I think it was the practical nursing, yeah, not the BSc, because that one is shorter. Because I know, okay, I'm not going to be spending 4 years doing a program. I can't study that long anymore. So yeah, that one was for 2 years, I think. And I think the tuition was like 18K Canadian dollars. And I got this school. I started saving now because then I was saving for express entry. But then they had the pause again because of COVID, so no express entry draw, just provincial nominations draw. And then I said, okay, let me go with school since I wasn't getting letter of invitation. And then I paid for my school fees, another money gone. That's how much gone with Canada. 18K Canadian dollars, 1,200 IELTS, 2,500 consultant to help me. That's how much. All because I didn't do my research. So my loves, try and do research. before moving to even any states within your region. Always do your research. Just because I didn't do my research, see how much gone and picking a wrong course for my undergraduate. Now I have to blame for my undergraduate, not just journalism right now. Yeah, so I paid tuition. I saved money for tuition. I saved money for bank statement, proof of fund to go study in Canada, because now I was doing like self-sponsor. And then I submitted for my application, I think in October 2021. I applied to study in Canada, and I was waiting, I'm praying, doing everything. Now I wasn't even looking for a job now in Ireland. It was Project Canada, because I've already invested my time, my resource, my emotions, everything in Project Canada now. And then fast forward to April, I was going to Nigeria, April 2022, and then my COVID contact tracing job, the contract had expired. I got another job with another company as an operations analyst, because now I'm already planning towards having a good skill. And then I got a job as an operations analyst, but the job, it wasn't going to sponsor my work permit, because I got a job via a third party and they were not going to sponsor me. But in between, I also got the option from the company, because they were like, okay, they wanted to employ me directly and take me off the contractors list. But then again, I declined, because I was already launching Project Canada, and I was like, no, I'm fine working as a contractor. And they were like, okay, that's fine then. I declined that one, and I was still going on with Project Canada. So April 2022, that's 2 years after graduation. I have just a couple of months left for my post-study visa to elapse. And what options do I have to go to Nigeria till my visa gets approved? Because I applied in October 2021. Canada had not replied me till, and it was already April 2022, and I had I think till the end of that year to apply to leave Ireland. I had just a few months left. And then I have a friend, my twinnie, that would do this video together. I was always stressing her, and then she was like, oh, that was I think in March, in March 2022. You guys already know our fate, the bone in my throat. So I told her about my whole process, and even while I was still waiting for Canada visa, I also paid another Instagram tutor how to be a business analyst in three months, because I was already working as an operations analyst. I said, okay, let me enter business analyst, since all of them have analysts. I didn't also take my time to check our reviews, if people that had already paid for that program was actually getting value for their money. I just paid. Another money gone. I think I paid 3,000 euros, gone. All the money I was busy working and saving, going down the drain in Project Canada. So I paid that one in January 2022. I paid. There was never a live class. To book a consultation with this person was almost impossible. She wrote this very long list of certifications that you will get for that 3,000 euros. My loves, those certifications that she wrote, none of them was paid. They're all free certifications that if you do your research, you can write them yourself online. Nothing, they're all free. She wrote it down, wrote them figures she was actually paying for those certifications on your behalf. She was a partner with them companies already, and she was paying for you on your behalf. After a while, I'd already paid. I wasn't getting value for my money. You just go there and watch recorded classes. If I wanted to watch recorded classes, I wouldn't come to you. and pay you. I'll just go on YouTube and watch videos of BAs and yeah, learn from them. Like, I paid you because you said you were going to be a mentor, you were going to be a coach, you were going to do CV prep, interview prep, practical work, workshops, seminars, blah blah blah. Like, I didn't get anything. So I paid in January 2022. So fast forward to back to our story now. Fast forward to April 2022. I was already going depressed again. I was already getting depressed again because few months to go back to Nigeria. Canada has not replied me. Over 20k euros down the drain for Project Canada. And I was like, okay, even if I had used that money to pay for another course here, it would have been better. But I was still launching. I was very positive about Project Canada. So I spoke with Faith. Yeah, and we're like, okay. She now said, oh, I think we went out for like a dinner and with some of our other friends. And she was like, oh, we're four, including myself. And she was like, oh, the three of them, they have a group with someone here that is teaching them and it's even free. Like, do I want to try? Is to be, they have like different roles and they do like practical work as well. Like basically like running a project, and then everyone has like a role. You can decide to be a Scrum Master, you can be a BA, you can be a PM. So it all depends on you. Like we could take turns as well in that group and switch roles, and then you see the one that you're very good and comfortable on. And at that time I was already frustrated. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll give it a try. And that was like, we had the dinner in February, and in March the class was going to start. It was in March the class was going to start. And I was like, fine, I'm open, like add me to the group. So when I joined the group, now I was very eager to like learn and really push myself, because that journey of being depressed and speaking to a therapist again, like even the therapy session did not work. I don't know how people used to say that thing works. Anyway, I don't know. I had to even stop that one because nothing. I was just going down and listening to one woman sitting with a cat. I'm sorry, I'm just being a Nigerian right now. Like, so I had to stop that session, and I knew like if I did not push myself, I was going to get depressed again. So I was like, okay, fine, put me in the group. And then they created this WhatsApp channel and I joined, and I was very eager to learn now. I was willing and taking a lot of assignments and practical work to do research on. Now I actually have time for myself and to push myself. Even like invite me to your party, like me while getting ready to go to your party, I will join that class and do my own work and still do my presentation. Like, I didn't care. I could not miss a day because now I don't have time and I don't have money because I was already going broke for Project Canada. So I worked as a BA, and then the person that was in charge of the training invited someone that came then to be a real life Scrum Master, not just those ones you read online on how to be a Scrum Master in a week. So a proper Scrum Master came, and that person was also working as a product owner, came and they shared their experience, like a day in their life. If you want, I could also do a day in my life as a PM. A video on that if you want a video on that. And so they came and talked about a day in their lives as a PM, as a BA, as a product owner, as a PM, and also a Scrum Master. Now I realized, oh, you see that thing that they were writing on Instagram, how to be a BA in 3 months and you don't need to code. When a real life BA came, I realized that story is not really real. And I work with BAs as well. So you see that thing that they tell you, to be a BA that can add value and also maintain your job, you need to know how to code and data mine to an extent. I realized that story that I bought in on Instagram and paid 3k euros for, it's all a fantasy. I can't really work as a BA because I don't know anything about SQL or Python or R or. Tell me about Data Studio at first. I didn't know anything about all of that. They were like, oh, you just get requirements and you just write more like an advanced customer care rep, blah, blah, blah. And when the real life BA came, I was like, oh, that's not for me then. I think for everything that everyone has spoken, I realized that, oh, I think being a Scrum Master or a PM is something that I feel I can do comfortably and actually enjoy doing and also be able to grow. Then now Project BA has died. I started working on Project Scrum Master and Project PM. And then I started doing more assignments on Scrum. I edited my CV. I wrote, yeah. And then my birthday was in May 2nd. And I was like, oh, that year 2022, that's going to be the birthday gift for myself. I'm going to write the Scrum Master examination. That's the only thing I'm going to give myself. I'm not buying anything. I'm not doing any party because I was already sad. That's the only thing I was going to do for myself. So April 28th, I wrote the exam and I passed the certified Scrum Master exam. Or no, I think it was the PSM. Yeah, I wrote the PSM. I wrote the Professional Scrum Master exam. So I wrote the Professional Scrum Master exam, the PSM one. That was the exam I wrote. I can't remember how much anymore. Yeah, but I think I can check and include that in the caption. So I wrote the Scrum Master exam, and as a birthday gift to myself as well, I resigned from my work. Don't try this. Don't try it. But now I was challenging myself, and I wouldn't say I was challenging God because I know God is going to be there for me. He's always there for me. So I resigned from my work the same April 28th, the day I wrote my Scrum Master exam. I resigned from my work. I didn't have a job. I was hoping and praying that God would answer. I didn't sleep that night as well. The night I resigned from my job, I didn't sleep. I started doing my CV. So because it's a contract role, and the contract was also coming to an end since I didn't switch to being a full-time employer, I didn't really need to give that notice. So I just resigned. I wasn't entitled to giving any notice period. So I resigned, and it took me 2 days. I didn't sleep because I was even sad. I didn't have a job, and it was my birthday coming. I didn't have money anymore. Canada has not replied me still from visa that I applied in October, November 2021. We're already at the end of April. Canada visa that they say takes 3 months from Ireland, since I wasn't living in Nigeria. It was already taking longer. I resigned, and it took me 2 days to do my CV myself. I did my CV myself. I just sent it to my tutor. Then I had to pay him. We're doing free training, but I had to pay him more money to do interview preps for me and also mentor me. Because I realized that now I was actually getting value for my money, so I didn't mind paying him for interview and also for mentorship. So I did the CV myself. It took me 2 days, and then I just sent him for review, and it was like, okay, I should try it. That if I try it, if I don't get any call back, would amend and tweak it. That I should also work on my LinkedIn, and after doing that, it's also going to review. So I did all of them, and then I think on the 1st of May, because I resigned 28th of April. On the 1st of May, I started applying for jobs. And it was like, okay. So that first day I applied, I actually got a call back. And I was like, I was so happy. You think I'd even gotten a job already. So I got a call back that same day I started applying. Because I'll wake up, I'll apply for 20. In the afternoon, I had timers, different reminders to apply. I'll just apply everywhere on all their platform. Irish Jobs, Indeed, LinkedIn, jobs.ie. I was just applying on all sites, So I was just applying in a day. I'll apply for 60 jobs. Just 2020. I'll just be applying randomly. Whether I had whether the right 10 years experience. I would just keep trying. And then when I got a call back, I was just so excited. And then I told him that I got a call back and they booked me for first stage of interview. I was like, okay, fine then. Congratulations to me that. And I was going to Nigeria that same month. And I was like, what if you're in Nigeria and get a job? I'm like, I'll be very happy, because even me, I wasn't believing, because I was going to Nigeria and stay for only 2 weeks. So I was get a job within a month. It was still a miracle. And it was I was kind of doubting, and I was it wasn't there's nothing God cannot do. What God cannot do does not exist. So since then, that's why I started even watching that program as well. So I'm also very religious. Sorry. Yeah. So like, there's nothing what God cannot do does not exist. There's nothing God cannot do. I'm like, okay, fine. So I started applying back to back. I was always applying, and then I was getting calls back from my CV that I did, and I'd already written my exam, edited all my new skills that I've learned so far from my training and also from the jobs I've been doing since I came to Ireland. And I also took her time to do some courses on Udemy and also on LinkedIn. There are some courses on LinkedIn training and also on Udemy and Coursera that are cheap. And I also did another certification as well, Google Project Management. That one was free at that time here. If you have your PPS number, you could do that one for free. I don't know if they still run it for free, so you can also check that. So I have my PSM and I have my Google Project Management. That was the first certification I had in Waterfall, yeah, in project management. So that's the first certification I had. So I had added these two certifications on my CV, so I can apply for Scrum roles at the same time apply for PM and PM roles. And the meaning of PM is project management office or program management office or portfolio management office. So it just depends on which level in your organization. So I started applying for PMO roles. That time I was applying for project management office because I was just starting, and project management, which is PM, and also Scrum Master roles, and also Agile coach roles, because the two certifications I had in Agile and Waterfall can get me those roles. So I started applying for roles. I was getting called back. I was doing interviews as well as, unfortunately, so if I just see any unfortunate, I just delete. I don't read because I don't want anything to get down to me. I was still waiting for Canada. I couldn't tell anyone back home that I resigned from my job because they're going to ask, what's wrong with you? Because I needed time to actually focus and do this interview. Because I know if I had a job, I wouldn't be very focused on applying for jobs and also prepare for interview, because I wasn't doing anything. I had a lot of time on my hand. But I would never advise for someone to resign except you have enough money in your emergency fund that can, but it's never a good option regardless of what. I just did it. Yeah, so I started applying, got, unfortunately, blah blah blah. I was always deleting. I do some even second stages, I wouldn't hear back. So I went to Nigeria. I was still doing oble in Nigeria, even though I don't have a job in Ireland and my paper was still expired. So, but regardless, like when I still get calls in Nigeria, I still pick them calls because I had to pay for roaming and all, because I knew what I was looking for. I was doing interviews back home, you know. I did the first stage for my current, like my previous job, because I also changed to another job now. Yeah, so I was doing my interviews back to back in Nigeria. No network, I didn't care. I bought like two different Wi-Fi's to make sure that I was always connected in case I get an interview that I need to do. So yeah, I was already coming back to Ireland. I think that was the 3rd of June 2022. A month from resigning. I was already coming back. I was preparing to come back to Ireland. I think I had like 2 hours left to go to the airport. I was already sad again, thinking back to reality, like Nigerian vibe has finished, back to reality, no job, no paper. Canada has not replied, because my intention there was that, oh, Canada was going to reply me with this my new skills as well. I could use it in Canada. They've not replied. I was already sad with myself, disappointed again with myself. At the airport, yeah, I got a job. Congratulations, you got a job as a project manager. Hey. So it took me exactly 4 weeks. Yeah, 4 weeks and 2 days to get a job. You know why? Because now I was determined. What took me over a year took me only 4 weeks and 2 days to get a job. Because why? Because I sat down and I did my research. I sat down and I decided to motivate myself. You see that, because like when I also came here as well, I had low self-esteem, for lack of a better word, because people that I was meeting here, they all had the notion that once you come to Ireland, You're never going to get a corporate job. The only place that you qualify to work is in a factory as a warehouse operative or as a carer or as a cleaner. Those were the kind of people I met. So it never motivated me to look for a job in Ireland. That was why I launched Product Canada. So I didn't believe in myself. But it took me 4 months and 2 days after I started believing in myself, and I started reading and doing research and being committed. So yeah, that's my story and how I got my job as a PM. And mind you, the company that even employed me, they have never sponsored anyone before to apply for their work permit. I told them during the interview stage, I'm going to be needing sponsorship. They were like, they've never done it before, but if I pass, they're willing to take a bet. So never be scared. You see that company there, they're also telling you they don't sponsor. Apply to that company. You just might be lucky. What I say, you might be blessed. Yeah, no, we will be lucky. Yeah, and then God's favor might shine on you and you could get the sponsorship. So that's how they took the bets after I decided to start reading, have self-esteem, be very confident in myself, develop myself, and was very determined. And now I work as a I'm not gonna say before I get comment again, how did you get your job as this? Yeah, so yeah, always push yourself, and thank you. Hope I didn't bore you with the story of my life. And if you want me to do a day in the life of a PM, just in case you are thinking of that career path, I can do a video if I get like up to 10 comments on that. Thank you, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Love you. Bye bye.